welcome back to another First Impressions video brought to you by MMO Play. Today we're taking a look at the Company of Heroes 2 Open Beta. It's currently going to be an open beta until June 18th. It's going to be launching about a week after that. It'll be on sale for $60. You can currently pre-order it. Some of the things we can see real quick. They have some tactics videos in-game. You got some replays. You can see your save replays. Can customize your army a little bit. There is going to be a campaign, not currently available in the beta. Also got online skirmish, and we can go look at the options real quick too, because gotta check to see how good the game is. Let's see, got a lot of options. Anti-aliasing, oh, we can get down low. So lots of graphics options. Sound, can modify individual sounds. We can turn that down a little bit. Accept that. And there we go. Another thing, we got gameplay. Can see something here. Let's see, open resource warning. Yeah, sure, why not? Player color A, sure, why not? Anything else? Good enough. Alright, online skirmish. Now for the game itself. The first thing to keep in mind, this is a real-time strategy game. That means high skill cap. That means if you're new to the game or haven't played much, you're probably going to be awful. Like me. I warned you. This is not going to be showing good gameplay. It's going to be showing mechanics of the game. So, auto match versus AI. And we're off. Finally got a multiplayer match. This is going to be 2 versus 2. Random partner versus easy AIs. I'm not trying to show high-level gameplay. I'm not trying to show any level of gameplay. I'm just trying to show the game a little bit. The gameplay itself resembles, I would almost say, Dawn of War 1. There is some base building, so not quite Dawn of War 2 style. And there, of course, there's going to be units, a lot of control locations, and all of that. Definitely a little bit different style than maybe your StarCraft. That window's gonna pop up a little bit. Sorry about that. It's just a hotkey in the game. So you start with an engineer and a basic base, which can make engineering conscripts, which are your basic infantry units. And it takes a little time to get them going. But engineers can go and claim locations for you. So can conscripts. And I guess actually I think I have 2 engineers, which might have been a mistake. But they can also come and build supply bases on top of these resource nodes. I can get extra munitions for just kind of your bullets for your guys, or I can get some fuel for some vehicles. For anyone that's a fan of MASH. And I can also just go into secure locations. This being an easy AI, they're not going to be all that good. And I'm just going to go through and claim a bunch of locations. Looks like my partner's going right while I'm going left. There are 3 primary locations, the stars, and as you control them, your opponents will tick down their total score. First one to 0 loses. So very, very similar to your Dawn of War 1. Also going to be kind of similar to Dawn of War 2, although there is some light base building, so a little bit different there. There are also some things like you can upgrade your guys. In this case, as you play, you'll get points, command points, which can be used to upgrade at generals, at other upgrades, and then you can merge units together. You can make control groups. Hold control and a number, and that'll be the control group. So control 1, boom, there, that's 1. If I hit 1 later, I can swap between them. So very similar style to other RTS like StarCraft. You can even control hotkey buildings, handy there. And you can have multiple units in the same control group, also very handy. If you're familiar with any RTS, you're probably gonna be comfortable with the basic gameplay of Company Heroes 2. Obviously, the strategies, the micro, macro, all that's going to be a little bit different between each game. I would say the pacing of this game is slower than StarCraft if you wanted to make an actual direct comparison. But that doesn't mean it's any easier. I have no idea if it's easier or not. I'm a bad player. For the most part, very few people are very good at RTS. It's a really hard genre to master. I got 1 set of engineers back at home, 1 engineer out doing upgrades for me. I'm also having my conscripts go and claim buildings for me. You can build advanced buildings which will unlock other units, maybe some higher level infantry, maybe some vehicles. Other things to be aware of, there are going to be weather effects. Currently we got to deal with blizzards that come into play. When that happens, it gets cold. When it gets cold, your guys will freeze. You can go to those locations right there. You can set a little fire pit. That's where you go to stay warm. So if you're infantry heavy, you're kind of maybe pinned down at points during the game where it goes into the blizzard mode. Like there's The fire started right there. Controlling points is pretty easy. You just get into the circles, and if you sit there, it'll slowly tick down their control of it and eventually tick up yours. And for the most part, the gameplay itself involves pretty much just trying to control 2 of the 3 points against an easy II. It's pretty apparent that we can control all 3 eventually. And then everyone's going to have certain abilities. In this case, the conscripts will have Hoorah, which is a shout that buffs them up. You'll have mortars that can do different types of shots off. All kinds of different things to keep in mind. And like I was saying before, it is a little slower pace than StarCraft. Units don't die quite as fast. There's also a cover system in the game. There's a lot of stuff to pay attention to, and it's pretty... Even though it's slower, it's still interesting. In fact, I played Company Heroes 1 a bit, and I really enjoyed it. I actually prefer StarCraft myself, but that's probably because it's my first RTS. That was actually one of my first games, so that's probably more of a bias than a preference. And for anyone that's been having issues with the open beta, just a quick little announcement, go and clear your app cache in the Steam folder, and that should take care of you. And there, I got some munitions upgrades. I can get some fuel upgrades eventually if I want to go vehicle heavy, which I probably do. I don't like being pinned down while I'm in the middle of a blizzard, or just losing guys for no apparent reason. One thing to keep in mind also is when your guys die, your infantry die, someone else can pick up the weapons later. You can grab, your conscripts can go grab a machine gun later. That's always kind of a fun little tactic. And there's going to be a lot more strategy and tactics in the game for players that are far more advanced than me. Looks like we got some bodies here. And I have merged them into one group right now. Actually not sure for optimal gameplay. If you really needed to do that, or if it's just easier, you can make one control group. That's good enough anyway. And there's the fire I can stay near during a blizzard. Got some more guys. Got some heavy machine gunners now. So if I notice that they're going kind of infantry heavy, I got some machine gunners. That should help out a little bit. I can pull a mortar. These are all infantry units again, so... Oh, they just took that point. And also, it looks like, well, we have two of the main points, so we're good. We're going to be winning at that point. Games are roughly going to be between 15 and 30 minutes, depending on, against an easy II. We probably should have been able to go and grab everything. There we go, I got some commander points here. I can make an upgrade. And there we go, I got commander unit available. Well, let's go find the blizzard. Been talking about it a little bit and see how that kind of affects the game. And periodically throughout the game we'll get an announcement that blizzard weather is approaching, and you better be ready for it, because it's going to start getting cold. Not only that, but watch the weather effects too. This is actually one of the more interesting things about this game versus something more like, I keep comparing it, but StarCraft. Just watch how snowy and, yeah, look at how hard it is to see some things at this point. It's actually kind of... I'm a fan of this because it does affect a lot of the feel of the game. It makes it feel really just like you're in the middle of a nasty blizzard you don't want to be out. Looks like that's already got a building built on it. I do want to get back towards that fire because you can see the little thermostat against my guys. When it gets low, they start taking damage. They can die. Oh, we got a mortar over there. So all this is going down during a blizzard. It's harder to move your infantry during blizzard because they're going to freeze and you're going to lose guys for no reason. So this is one of the reasons why you might want to go vehicle heavy. Of course, going vehicle heavy means you're going to have to deal with fuel, and second resource a little harder to work with. It's kind of similar to Vespene gas in your StarCraft and advanced units there. I mean, I could sit there and grab that location, but if I do that, I'm going to be taking damage from the cold. It looks like a lot of my guys are freezing. The thermostats are all blue. They're getting low. You can A move, which means hit A and then click in an area. You guys will attack towards an area for just kind of basic controls. Then you can do some micro. You can move guys around. You can use special abilities. You can change your waypoints where they appear on the screen. So even though this game is probably a little slower paced, a little more macro heavy is what people would call it than StarCraft, it still's got plenty of micro. They're going to get towards the fire and be claiming a point too, so double dipping a little bit right there. Now I got a blizzard. How about some vehicles? How about some armor? So now I got access to 3 different armored vehicles, and I can just go and, well, I don't got a ton of resources right now, or munitions, so I'm just going to grab a little bit. And I'm keeping everyone together as one unit. You can split off. In fact, it probably is a good idea to do that, and especially in 2 vs 2, organize with your partner. But right now, we're just experimenting and learning the basics of the game. Send my tank with my guys and bring them in. These tanks are, for the most part, I believe, completely... They don't care about blizzards. Yeah, they don't have a thermostat next to them, or thermometer. In fact, I bet it's actually a little bit warm in those tanks. Come over here, sit by the fire for a minute, warm up. It's kind of like Don't Starve. You gotta go and get your heat stone warmed up a little. And I keep building more tanks as I'm going. Ah, there we go. Got a rocket launcher. That should be some fun right there. At this point, we're starting to wear down the AI. Should be pretty easy, but we're starting to, and they're down about a quarter of their victory points. So now let's go and look at the end game for the game. So chances are at some point towards the end of the game, you're going to just kind of pull way ahead of your opponent, which means you can be able to control all 3 points. Once that happens, the countdown starts going real fast. At this point, we're getting so many resources. They're getting so few resources that we're building up a lot more than them. We're able to hold all 3 control points. That's usually what's going to happen eventually. And at that point, the game ends pretty quick. You can see we're ticking down now. We're going to be over in just a couple of minutes. Thankfully, we didn't lose against an easy AI. That would have been nice and embarrassing. Build that location up, get more resources. Hey, you got to keep adding your macro. You never know. Got plenty of armor now. Any more blizzards, I'm good. And just a couple more ticks should take care of it. And by ticks, I mean like the bar updating. It moves pretty slow. Looks like the AI's got a little more fight in it, trying to take that spot. Nope. No, don't touch it. That's my location. There we go. And that's it. We just won a game. So go ahead and see what you can do with games. There is a bit of a progression system involved, even in the multiplayer. Also keep in mind, when you purchase the game, you do get single player, you do get campaign. And over here, you can see you get XP, which can be used to unlock some stuff. All kinds of fun little tweaks. You can modify your army and all that. Nice little game. Not really. It's actually a full-fledged RTS, but fun game. Stay tuned to it. Should be out in about a week or so. Thanks for watching. Again, open beta is going until the 18th. And if you're having any issues with the open beta, clear your app cache in your Steam folder. Thanks for watching. See you guys later. Bye.